Our society has structured a world founded on squares, boxes, and concepts that do not align with who we truly are. A long, long, long time ago, thousands of years ago, we were a people that could co create beyond the restrictions of three dimensional space and time. When we put everyone in a box and said, this is how it has to be, we need to follow this structure, and then everyone began to believe in that illusion, we lost our passion and our ability to allow our heart to guide us because we completely went into the mind space, literally like a virtual reality. It's like we put on these virtual reality goggles and we have not taken them off. We have been following this dream, this illusion, this lie for a very, very long time. Thousands of years, potentially hundreds of thousands of years. I really don't know the time frame here, but I do see that at some time ago, we had this ability to co-create and work together in this harmonious balance, not only with community and with people and the way that we view that, because again, our entire perception of creating has been altered. We don't even, because when we were small children, our minds were manipulated to believe in a lie. So we've been living this gaslit experience where we don't even realize our power, our true nature. We have the ability to, this bird here, it's a little tiny little bird, brown, regular looking, right? And it has this really beautiful sound that comes out of it. You just wouldn't expect this really beautiful melody that this bird can sing. And to me, this is like saying how a time ago we were small, when we would society collectively, when we would have children, we would find their gifts, we would harness their genius ability and use that to structure reality and society to make it an actual better place. Not the way we're doing it today, but a time where when a child was born and they had an innate gift, a talent or something, and we would realize that within it, and we would grow it, we would nurture it, and it would be able to evolve itself over time, because we as a community, it takes a village to raise a child. We would come together and we would raise the children together. Not the separate way we're doing it now. This way that we're doing these squares and boxes like a chessboard. There's this chessboard I'm seeing as this separation. It's known that the elites have, it's just kind of within the structure of illusion. I drew it all here up. It's also here, like you see how, look in this corner. So you see the square, and then you lift the veil, and then really behind it all, there's all this magnificence going on. It's like that, where we have been believing that we are separated by squares and boxes, this black and white perspective that that's what it is. This is not reality. This is not reality. And a long time ago, the kings and the queens, the rulers, the ones that are creating all this drama, all the wars, the ones that print the money, the ones that make all the rules, they decided, because look, that's them. So if you see this, like, this literally looks like the Capitol. It looks like some sort of government building. And then there's a face. And it's like they're watching us, like the freaking, what's that show? Movie. The sectors, it's like they're watching us from up above, and then we're down here fighting their wars and fighting each other, completely lost from who we really are, disconnected from reality. We're connected to their game. We're playing their game. We're entertaining them. We're not happy and fulfilled and actually following our truth, passion, and enjoying life and co-creating with are interdimensional, or however you want to view that. Like there's a multi-layered reality right now. It's right here. But we're not harnessing that because we were told it wasn't there. We were told it was just a fairy tale, and we were told that this is reality. We are trapped. It's like waking up. It's like being born. Imagine the Holocaust, and you're trapped in the camps, And imagine being born in that type of a reality, and then growing up there and not knowing the possibilities beyond. That's what's happening. We were born into this game, and we don't see the endless possibilities that we are capable of. That's why we're disconnected from our passion and our truth, because there's so much more going on. But we've been lied to and deceived. So this is the problem we're facing as a collective. We have to learn to come together and sing a harmonious tune. So I'm seeing like a choir. You know how choirs are? I remember choir class or whatever, when you all sing together in class for music, and they find out, there's alto and I don't know what they're called, but they separate everyone by their tune. And then you all get together, and then you practice and practice and practice, and then you sing this song where everyone's like together. That's what we have to do. Right now, we're just 10 people didn't show up, 11 people are asleep, 2 people are actually paying attention, and we're just a mess right now. So that's what we're doing, is we're trying to find that balance, that structure, and find our way back to our truth, not the lie that we've been fed. So next here, the next step for us as a collective, as humanity, in order to save the planet, save our world, and our happiness within, like our reality that is also within us, is it's time to move. It's time to take action. It's time to move towards our goals, our passions. Because look, if we sit here and do their way, which is be in fear and not believe in ourselves and vibrate at a frequency that doesn't allow us to even see our dreams and passions because we're so fearful of letting go of the structures they've created for us, how are we going to move forward? How are we going to take that leap of faith? You know what I'm saying? It's like we need to recognize our adaptability. This frog is like, it's telling me how we are so much more adaptable and can evolve many times within one human vessel body, but they make us think the way that we're taught and the way that we are interpreting reality is that this one lifetime, we're wasting so much time. We're wasting so much time. There in one body, you can die and be reborn, die and be reborn, die and be reborn so many times. This is a conscious evolution. This has nothing to do with the physical body. Even though you can project a persona, you can change your outer appearance to reflect what's happening within, but truly it's about an internal change, an evolution within self that is beyond the physical. So we are denied this truth. We are taught very young that the finish line is when we're old. And that's such a sad perception. That is, to me, the way that we're taught is like telling a small child that has, and a small child can perceive everything. They have so much perception when they're born, and then it slowly focuses, like kind of how we see things. But when they're small, they have a big grand perception. And what we're doing by telling people, oh, you're going to go to school until you're 18, and then you're going to figure it out in your 20s, and then you're going to be in debt, and then you're going to build credit to then retire and then die. That ridiculous construct is absolutely detrimental to who we are. And Doing that little in that length of time is just wasting our time. Again, this isn't bad or good. This is just delaying the inevitable. We have the ability to live many lifetimes in one body. And if we realized how we could evolve, this frog doesn't go around thinking, imagine how it goes from a freaking egg to a tadpole to a frog. And then let's say it's environments. There's been research like frogs can change like their gender and things based on their environment. You know what I'm saying? Like the adaptability here is what I'm seeing. It's like being able to be comfortable with the change and allowing it in and not to fear it. We have so much fear in society right now. It's not allowing us to take a leap of faith. This guy here, the Knight of Swords, he's running. He's like, whatever's behind him that he's running from, he's leaving it behind. He's not thinking necessarily about a long-term plan or what actions he's going to take once he gets to the destination, but he's getting there. He's rushing towards his dreams and goals regardless of what he's leaving behind or what, you know what I'm saying? Like he's rushing. It's time to go. Like it's not time to be following these rules anymore. These structures, these orders, and these boxes and squares that have been put in place by the rulers. The thing about this, by the book card with the elephants, is you see how they're, lined up harmoniously that way. This can be interpreted so many different ways. The way that I'm seeing it two ways, as yes, there's if you can notice in the sand, there's that chessboard again. I don't know if you can see that, but just like this chessboard's coming out because it's a game. We're in a game. This is Jumanji. Hello. And this card is like, not only are we breaking down the structures, running away, and denying the control, like the obey and order that they have constructed, the illusion, we're walking away from that, right? Slowly right now. It's such a slow process to me, but I'm an air sign. Maybe I just want to hurry up. But here, what I see is like, all right, long time ago, our ancestors, like I said, had a better way. A way, not even want to call it better, but they had a way that was more harmonious to who we are and how to work together, like I said before. And we're rushing towards that balance again because everything comes around full circle. We're not on linear time here. We're not heading into the future like a line. There's no vroom. It's like this. We're going back, forward, whatever you want to call this motion. That's what we're doing. And respecting this and honoring this is what should be our guiding light. The elephants, how do they travel? They walk around all day looking for water and all that kind of stuff, right? They have this internal GPS guiding them along their long journeys that they walk every single day with their babies, putting them in danger because it's like they gotta go, they gotta keep moving, gotta keep traveling. And the amount of progress that they make in one day is phenomenal, right? It's like we can sit here and continue to worry about all of our plans and our long-term 5-year, 10-year goals that may never happen. Like, for example, when I was younger, the whole social social security thing, like pay into social security and you'll have it when you are old. That concept does not sound guaranteed. It's very wiggly, like, what? Like, I might have all this money that I earned later? Like, what? What is that? What is this nonsense? It's all bullshit. Like, I'm so sick of the lies. And that's why I'm personally creating my own life. I don't care. So it's like, that's what I see here. It's like being able to not only walk a new path, and also choose to evolve within this lifetime multiple times, but to also realize that within our DNA, flowing through our veins, is the ability to connect to the truth, which is what I'm talking about, that takes down the illusion, to find our passions, to find our joy, whatever our happiness is, which allows the door to open that we can run through. We don't have to hide and be scared and worry about what the rest of the world's going to say. It's our duty. It's our duty to find our passion and live it and evolve and grow and expand. There's so many details to work out. It's like we're overly worried about all the details that they have structured for us to follow and believe in, but truly the details that they want us focused on aren't necessarily the details that actually help us get to our goals. The universe is handing us this cup. There she is, that Queen of Cups. The universe is handing us this cup, and it's saying, like, yo, you got this amazing opportunity in front of you. You can have the rainbow, or you can sit here and keep crying over spilled milk, or focusing on what you don't have, or all the problems. You know, you can be concerned about what you don't have, or you can recognize what you do, what you can obtain, what you can manifest. I just see this colorful rainbow as all of the passions, dreams, and joy and happiness. Life is not meant to be sad. You are not meant to wake up and hate your life or pretend that you don't. That's even worse to me. Going around saying, how's your day? It's all right. What? That doesn't seem like it's all right. What's going on? Well, I hate my life. Well, change it. Like, it's time that's what this is saying. It's like, we need to do what we love. We need to run after our hearts, not our bullshit over here that they fed us. We need to realize that, oh my gosh, there's so much more. The age of information is so amazing. There's so much knowledge out there. Life is not just about eating potato chips and watching TV. And obviously that can mean anything. But what they've done is they've structured entertainment at the top so we can forget about knowledge and wisdom. Life is about learning. It's about experiencing higher truths within your perception. So, for example, when there's a small child and an adult, that adult is there to guide that child to enlightenment. It's not to be the adult's not meant to be so stressed out that it can't even help the child evolve its mind, because it's, go watch TV, son. I'm too distracted with my stress that I can't help. You know what I'm saying? We're so disconnected from this. And that's where we got to move out of that energy. It's killing us. This foundation is not solid, and it needs to come down. This is destiny. This is fate. This is coming in whether we like it or not. So it's good to jump on this train. Like, don't you want to be a part of this, or do you want to be left in the dust? Because we're creating this world whether people like it or not. Oh my gosh, so the flower of life. Okay. My perception here is really, really awesome. If I said that correctly. What I'm saying, awesome. Okay, let me just talk. So the Fool. The Fool here, Aries season, spring. You know how, okay, we take a leap of faith. We jump into the energies of our truth. This amethyst, this crystal is like enlightenment, third eye. Wow. Like expansion of knowledge, because it's very much so wisdom. Aries is like the sign that's going to take that leap. Remember I told you we're running towards it regardless? Aries is that sign. They're going to go. They're going to be like, oh, this is what's happening. Let's go, guys. Come on, we got to go. I'm going to be first. I'll see you when you guys get there. And it's like jumping off this cliff into this emotion, even this water, I see it as, so this water to me is representing emotions. Jumping into this lake, like imagine like a cliff, right? And most people don't jump off of this high cliff because it's dangerous, but it's going to be so fun if you do it. And here she is, she's about to jump off this cliff into the water, and water represents emotion, which is love, heart space, feeling. And I feel like that's her intuition with the yellow dress. It's like guiding her to jump into this lake of not only water and emotion and love, but this flower of life. I think that's what that's called. But to me, I've done a lot of research on this flower of life, and I feel like here, okay, so this is a representation of humanity. So if you look closely, all the interconnected circles that create the one beautiful geometrical pattern design that we all are fascinated with. To me, what that represents is, so you can imagine each dot, which you can't see, but there's a bazillion little dots making the whole thing. Each dot represents like a person, and each of us represent a part of that circle, which make that whole symphony that I was talking about. How we all come together and recognize that we're stronger in numbers and they can't necessarily keep playing this game with us if we would just harmonize and come together and stop fighting. There is no black and white separation. That's such nonsense. I don't understand it. So here with the bat, I really, really love bat symbolism. I have a Scorpio moon, that could be why. But let's see here the bat as walking into the unknown bravely, fiercely, boldly. Like, oh my gosh, the bat can be scary, right? But most bats, like I think 90% of them or something, eat fruit. They ain't worried about you. We have this strange misconception that bats want to attack us and suck our blood. But I even think vampire bats, or whatever they're called, I don't think it's common for a bat to want to attack you. Even though when I was 14, I would walk around my neighborhood at night, this bat used to terrify me. And I would run home because it's just like, oh my gosh. But now I get it. I understand familiars and I understand esoteric spirit animals. And it was just communicating with me. And I was in fear and resisted it. But now I understand the bat message. The symbolism here is not to fear the unknown. There's also this full moon behind this bat. And it's like recognizing the power. Like imagine all of humanity knowing about full moon energy and believing in it, and also practicing some sort of ritual. Because we're all doing rituals regardless. But let's say we all got together to harmonize a ritual under a full moon. Can you imagine the power that we would harness? But instead we're in the dark, we're scared of the dark, and we fear this knowledge. We fear this ability that we have because of what we were told. We're too scared to sing our song. We're too scared to shine our light. We're too scared to follow our passions. We're just so fearful right now. And if we could just recognize how much joy and happiness we would have if we were not in so much fear and would allow this rainbow energy in. That's what that was. Where's it at? Oh, remember I said how that rainbow's coming through right here? The universe is trying to guide us, because remember, it's not just physical. This reality isn't just a physical world. This is energy, frequency, and vibration trying to come in to fulfill us emotionally. And over here, this is when we recognize that. When we recognize that, look how free we are. We can be free. We can live our joy and happiness and passion because we accepted this truth within us. And also the enlightenment, right? So we become enlightened to our cosmic connection and wisdom and understanding of who we are, and the ability to harness this power. I mean, literally, both of these energies are just coming in from the cosmos. That was the whole concept of the beginning here with, how he's kind of up here and they're down here. It's like recognizing the power that's coming in from above. Just like, look also here, this bird, it's singing, it's looking up, looking as the energy's coming to it. That's kind of what I'm saying. Even the Fool here, it's like allowing that energy in to accept the power that we all have the ability to harness. That's the magic that we have within us if we stop getting so fearful of our truth. I'm going to read, we got the mouse here at the bottom, which is what's working for us. I got to focus. Okay, got it. So this is kind of what's working for us, and we don't realize it. I see a lot, but at first I want to read it, and then I want to give my own interpretation. So, all right. So detail-oriented, small-minded, nitpicky, and nervous. The mouse has an innate desire to tend to the details. It often spends its days fixing, preparing, organizing, and scrutinizing. Unfortunately, a mouse personality doesn't notice when they've gone too far. Soon they begin to have a limited and fearful vision of life and try to control every little detail. This can be quite a painful experience for both the mouse and those around them. When mouse energy is at play, step back for a moment. It may be time to find a more purposeful project to delve into, one that's worthy of your exacting eye. So this is the energy we are in. That's what's so shitty. This is humanity right now. We are fearful little mice that don't understand the power we harness. So what I'm seeing here is, if we could recognize this within us, face this. Like, we have to look in the mirror and say, this is what's wrong and the bad choices I have made that have got me into this shithole I'm in. And in order to get to the light, I have to face that I have been in fear of illusions, projections, things that aren't even real. But I have believed because I've been so scared and manipulated from youth that I now am a scared mouse, too fearful to go outside and face the reality that's in front of me. And collectively, this is what our problem is. We don't recognize that we're all light workers, beings of light that have the ability to choose the light within us, not the darkness, and to face it with hard work and with flexibility. The mouse is a really flexible creature. It can, like, I don't even know what it's called, but like, imagine a tiny little hole and it's like this big. It can like squeeze its entire body through this little tiny hole to get where it wants to go. And can you see how that could be a superpower in a time like this? Becoming flexible and being able to work through the fear. Because it's not easy to face our fears. It's so hard to face our fears. But it's possible. And if we could just move in that direction, we would find our passions, our joy, and our happiness in life, our reason to wake up in the morning, our natural high. We wouldn't need vices. We wouldn't need so many things to occupy our space, because we would be so happy in our own flesh, just pure and naked and free. That's what this message is saying. So I really hope that made some sense. If you could like this video, definitely comment down below and subscribe to my channel. I have another channel where I don't do tarot, but I talk about a lot of spiritual stuff. And I'll have that link in the description. It's Jasmine's Universe, so go check that out. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it, and I will see you again next time. Bye.